we're here to make an announcement about how Sinn Féin's dealing with the issue of dual mandates. And you will all know that where this has affected our MLAs, who were also council representatives, that we have resolved all of the issues there. We're now coming to deal with MPs, of whom we have 5, who are also MLAs. And we're today announcing that that's going to be phased out. It will start with Martin McGuinness here, who will resign his Westminster seat and will then concentrate on his duties as an MLA and as the Deputy First Minister. The other 4 MPs will resign their Assembly seats. We will fill those positions through co-option, and in each of the constituencies involved, conventions will be held in the next very short period. I want to commend all of these comrades. Michelle Gildernew tells me that she is the longest standing woman MLA in this Assembly, and as we all know, she did an excellent job in that capacity and also as a minister. Conor has also served us as a minister. Paul has headed up a crucially important committee position, and Pat Doherty has been in the leadership of our party for a very, very long time. So we expect everyone to continue with those leadership responsibilities. Our party is developing across the island. We have a lot of work to do to meet our potential. It may be also at the next Assembly elections, God spares them, that the people who will be MPs might want to reflect on that position and stand for the Assembly. There will be lots of work to do in terms of both lobbying on policy positions. We will not be taking up seats at Westminster, just to make that clear, Eamon. And we also will be putting in place a programme of work across Britain, particularly in relation to promoting the merits of Irish unity. So Sinn Féin, just a final word of thanks to everyone for their service, and I look forward to continuing to work together in the time ahead.
Could I ask, was it hard for the other 4 MPs to decide to stay with Westminster rather than Stormont, because there has been a sort of sense of the political dynamic moving towards Stormont? Why have they chosen that path? Well,
they may want to take that decision, or sorry, they may want to answer that directly themselves. But the party had a view in consultation with the MPs that we wanted to avoid 5 by-elections, just to put ourselves and everybody else through those. But I mean, whoever wants, Michelle, perhaps?
No, I think there's a huge job of work. I'm looking forward, because a lot of my work over the past number of years has been here in Stormont. I'm looking forward to spending a bit more time in the constituency, for example. There's a huge amount of work in terms of our Unite in Ireland focus, and obviously there'll be more work east-west internationally, all of that. So I think a huge amount of work to be done. We welcome the fact that we'll have another activist in each constituency, so each of those constituencies that are affected will have 3 MLAs and an additional MP, and I think that's a positive for everybody.
And if any of the other MPs want to say their bit, we let Martin in at the end. Pat or Conor?
Conor, if you want to move on to the mic. Yes.
No, it's obviously there'll be some regrets in leaving here, because we've both myself and Michelle and Pat Doherty have been here for 14 years, since 1998, since the Good Friday Agreement was signed, and we have worked hard for our constituents up in this institution. But we're not leaving here, to correct Mark's question, we're not leaving here to go to Westminster. As Gerry said, we won't be going to take our seats in Westminster. We're leaving here, we're not disappearing out of Irish politics and into British politics. We'll be continuing a very, very active role as MPs, both in our constituencies and in terms of party building across the island, and building relationships and connections internationally as well.
Okay, Doug?
Yeah, well, I think the parties...
I thought you were going to sing.
Could do that too.
I think the party's on the cusp of another expansion in terms of party building, and we want to focus on that and on international work, particularly around the reunification of our country. And of course there are major strategic issues in all of our constituencies that we want to concentrate on. So all of that led us to the belief that this was a correct and a right decision.
Okay, thanks, Pat.
Okay, now it's like what has been said already, it's a challenge for us all, and we relish challenges within Sinn Fein, and that's exactly what we do. So we will go forward on that basis, work hard for all our constituents, but making sure that we're delivering on policy issues with regards to funding opportunities and government stepping up to the mark for areas like West Belfast and all the other constituencies. We'll spend the time there, and we will work on all them issues to move forward in that direction.
Okay, and the key thing to be said about this issue is that other parties are talking about ending dual mandate. Sinn Féin has ended dual mandate, and it's just a matter of processing that in the next short period.
Could I just make this clear, Gerry, if you hold the microphone for another minute, please? Does this mean by-election now in Mid-Ulster?
Yes, it doesn't.
And is it your prerogative to move that, or who moves it? Who moves that? Martin?
A by-election decision will be taken by Westminster. They're the people who make those decisions. But if I could just say I'm in a different position from my four colleagues, in that I will be continuing on as an MLA, and I've always felt very honoured and privileged to represent the people of South Derry and East Tyrone in the Mid-Ulster constituency, and I'm in the position that I am in as Deputy First Minister by dint of their generosity in seeing me as their political leader. So obviously by standing down from the MP's position in Mid-Ulster, I want to take this opportunity to thank all of those people who supported me for the last 15 years in election after election, returning me as their MP for that constituency. They will have a new MP. I believe it will be a new Sinn Féin MP who will work assiduously on their behalf. But my work on their behalf will continue in this assembly, and I will continue to represent the people of Mid-Ulster and be very honoured to do so.
Talking about your role at Stormont, Martin McGuinness, where do things now stand in relation to the possibility of you meeting the Queen, given the comments from Conor Murphy yesterday about the Jubilee Party apparently making things more difficult?
Well, as Gerry Adams said last week when he was asked about this question, this would be a huge ask for any Irish Republican, and as we speak at this moment, we don't have a doable proposition in relation to that matter. In relation to the controversy, for want of a better word, that ensued at the weekend, at the last executive meeting we handled the whole situation around the desire of Peter Robinson and Unionist ministers to send a gift to the Queen in a very diplomatic and sensible manner. I think that the announcement by the NIO on Friday was unfortunate, and I think that if the same diplomacy had have been employed as was employed by the executive, taking a sensible decision in relation to how to deal with that matter, letting the executive deal with these decisions is a much better way than having the NIO unduly interfere.
Okay. Michael, Tattoo Council and Banry Assassinate. Well, Nilain sort of ruin ogin, Egan Bommich Shaw, if we in Crenyu Marshin, by Rod Marshin, go han more, Dini Mar, Barrel Sinn Féin, Ayanov. So Shannon Slee and a well Roddy Egan Bommich. August, Tarlan Mass, Orin la Yentahuri, Augustini Ella, at Neil Rune Egan Bommich Shaw. Well, Neil Egan Bommich Shaw, and sort of brew like Tom Eggcar or in Fockelshin, Neil Rune or beyond Egan Bommich.
Yeah, but I noticed you're saying you haven't taken a decision at this moment. You're leaving it hanging out there, that the potential is there for taking a decision to follow through, aren't you?
No, I'm not, and Martin has put it well. It would be a huge ask for any Irish Republican to meet the English Queen. We're we're very respectful of the desire for others who might want to do that, and we don't have a doable proposition at this time.
Paul Maskey, I'm sure it's with some regret that you are standing down as MLA. How are you feeling this day?
Well, there's always a regret. Of course, I chair one of the committees, Public Accounts Committee within the Assembly, and I have done for the last 4 years. And I mean, I think what we have, that committee, have managed to put a great spotlight on wrongs and money that has not been spent in the right place over many years. So it'll be a regret that I'll leave that. But I have to say, I'm relieved to a certain extent as well. I'll be able to spend much more time in the constituency, where we will deliver for the people of West Belfast. I was elected by the people of West Belfast to deliver for them, and that's what I'm about, and that's what our party's about. So decisions like this don't come easy, but I think it's the right decision. I do believe that the dual mandate has to end, that we have taken that decision now, and we will end that within the next couple of weeks. And I think that's a very important step. Other parties need to do likewise. Other parties may talk about it, but they've done nothing about it. So I think Sinn Fein again has shown leadership when it comes to ending dual mandate. I do believe it is important step for us all that we will all work together on a number of different issues. Irish unity being one of them issues. Republicans, exactly that's what we're all about. Nobody wants to do anything more than unite our country. And I think that's a task we have ahead of us, and that's what I will relish.
Michelle, a big move, obviously the longest standing female MLA in the Assembly. I'm sure it'll be with some regret that you move on.
Yeah, absolutely. Mixed feelings. I've been MLA for 14 years, and a lot of the big milestones in my life have included me being part of this place. So I was an MLA when I got married, when I had my children, when I became an MP in 2001. Obviously the ministerial role in Department of Agriculture and Rural Development was probably the highlight, but really enjoyed. I mean, I've chaired the Health Committee, as you know, as Vice Chair of the DSD Committee back in '98, and that's a job that I still nearly regret having to leave as well. So I've had fantastic opportunities, and really grew up in this place. 28 when I got elected, and you know, there's been a lot of water under the bridge, you know, and so it is mixed feelings and I'm moving on. But I think I always look at things as an opportunity, and you know, it'll be strange not to be here, but I'm hoping that the four of us can develop that role along with the fifth MP, who as yet we don't know who that's going to be, and continue to work for our constituents, to unite our country, which is the reason all of us got involved in politics in the first place, and to try and make things better on this island for the people that we represent. If you're able to get things done, small, medium or large, it is a very, very rewarding and worthwhile way to live your life. And I'm delighted that Sinn Féin give me the opportunities that they have, and I hope they continue to do that in the future.
Well, I think this is a real opportunity. It's an opportunity for us to, by the use of four very experienced and dedicated activists who are also members of Parliament, to find a new role for themselves, which allows us to continue our work to deliver support for Irish unity, not just in England, Scotland and Wales, but throughout the world. So they will have a very important job to do as a very experienced and cohesive team of MPs. Obviously that presents an opportunity for new people to come into the Assembly, so that's all part of the renewal process. The people who come in will gain immense experience for the rest of this term of the Assembly, and then of course the party will decide who will stand for us in each constituency afterwards. So this actually represents a massive strengthening of the Sinn Féin position in terms of our elected representatives, but just as importantly, bringing new young people forward who will do a very, very good job on behalf of their constituents who previously supported these MPs.